on that outside, that far outside. Great start for Jeremy Perret, who's going to be on that first 5. Now you can see the break here, 1 through 5 going through the green pillar, 6 through 15 going through the yellow pillar, and then 16 plus going through the rest of them. And it's going to be Kevin Rederer having to take that final grouping. And a beautiful hole shot from Jeremy Perret. Question's going to be with Kevin Rederer having to start on that outside. Will he be able to work up in that first lap, or is he going to have to punch the clock and truly go to work? Jeremy Perret on the take that. He's going to go to the inside.
What are you listening to, honey?
So it's Raphael Morin on the hunt as well. And Jeremy Perret with the official call on the hole shot with Raphael Morin right behind him on boat number 44. Quinn Bosch up in 4th place. Kevin Rederer from way mid-pack already moved up into 5th. Michael Perret in 6th. Dan Anderson in 7th. Wow, what a great start for those guys. And Marcus Lutzekert in 8th place on boat number 11. That's how it looked off of the start. But man, what a great one. And Jeremy Perret from the second that flag went up. Jeremy Perret started to dominate that race. And man, this is looking pretty deja vu-ish, if you will, from last year. Take a look back. He was first last year, 13-year vet. This gentleman's a 3-time world champion. He finished a second a season ago with 111 points. Surprisingly, only took 1 victory, but was on the podium 5 times. You look at that kind of consistency, this is a rider that you are going to always have to watch out for. In fact, if the last name is Perret, I would suggest you watch them because these guys are incredibly fast. Jeremy Perret currently leading as you are watching the Ski GP class, and just awesome start for this young man aboard boat number 72. And you can see him scooting through that inside split with 0 fault thus far, and a fantastic run for him. By the way, Nigel wrote a great article about Jeremy Perret and the entire Perret group. Check that out on aquabike.net. It's titled A Family Divided, and it's talking about how the different riders in the family jumped on different boats, and it's a great read. I think you guys will really enjoy that. Meanwhile, Jeremy Perret leading. It's a 3:05.24. Beautiful start for him. Look at this young rider on boat number 44. That is Raphael Morin on 44 with a 3:08.20. He's only a little over 2.5 seconds behind Perret. Stan Schvetlein with 3rd place, 3.1356, followed by Lucas Bernard, who also moving up through the pack. Lucas, who's had multiple championships around the world. 3:16 for Lucas Bernard. Quentin Bosch in 5th with a 3:18. Michael Perret in 6th place right now with a 3:22. Dan Anderson in 7th place, 3:24. And Marcus Lutzekert with a dislocated shoulder in 8th place. Morgan Perret in 9th. Marvin Martinez in 10th. The question is, where the heck is Rederer, who in that first lap was in the top 4? Unfortunately, looked like Rederer going down in the water, and now he is back up. Going to have to do a whole lot of makeup. Meanwhile, the camera's on boat number 94. That's Kasper Kania out of Poland. Fantastic rider from Poland. Started out as a junior racer. Just switched over also to the Kawasaki this year, but aboard looks like the Hydraspace at the moment. And great little rider here. But look at Raphael. So impressed with Raphael Morin. Up in 2nd with Jeremy Perret, and he's only a little over 2 seconds behind Perret as you watch these 2 riders in that split section. Yeah, Yeah, very, very choppy conditions out here. I was just looking up to see the background on Raphael because I had a chance to interview him a little bit earlier. And Raphael Marin putting the hammer on it, and not very many people can run him down, but Stian Schvetlein is one of them. Boat number 2 putting the pressure on Raphael Marin. And taking a look at the lap time, you can see why. Stian just laid down a 1:58.32. Raphael Marin with a 2:02.16. Stian thus far with the fastest lap time on that last round. And knowing the background on this guy, you can certainly see why. Stian finished 6th the year before he last with 87 points. He got a 4th last year. His best was a podium 3rd in 2015. He had 4 straight top 5s. Finished at the end of the season, was 4th and 5th in Luzhou. The 9-time Norwegian champion, 7-time Swedish, and 4-time Nordic champion. Just a little bit of the resume on the young man on that number 2 boat. Meanwhile, boat number 18, moving up in the pack, that's Nicola Biscaglia. And he's currently up in 17th place. 28 riders out 25 riders out on the track. Nelly not choosing to come to the line on this one. And boat number 10 having some issues there, rolling it just a little bit sideways. That's Kyle Araiza, his first debut on the national tour. And our green flag is out as we take that long shot view. You get the opportunity to look at these guys in the split section. And Perret taking that inside split. And man, he just looks smooth. Look at this little recap here as we get the opportunity to watch these crazy conditions. And a couple of riders getting some water samples as they go into that, boat number 10 being one of them. And again, that was Kyle Araiza. Unfortunately, great rider, but just got caught in that sideways slew of waves as he came closer into that start line. Battle happening with Alberto Monte, and also boat number 77, which is Michael Perret. Meanwhile, Stian Schvetlein still moving, and Quentin Bosch moving up as well. Quentin Bosch with a 2:01.11. Now, mind you, that was the guy that we watched earlier today aboard the Yamaha. Great shot here of Jeremy Perret, gentleman that's currently leading in the GP1 class. And look at how that boat popping out of the water. Man, Perret, what a fantastic rider. That's a testament right there to just how strong this rider really is. He's able to ride that, and he makes it look far too effortless. That is a very tricky conditions that they're working through that slalom section. It's really normally a backstretch, but the gentleman that put together these tracks for us this year, Marco Petrini, put a diabolical slalom section on that instead of the backstretch for these guys, and it's making for some great racing for all the ski divisions. Great shot here as we get the opportunity to watch boat number 73. That's Luke Hermsen. Luke out of the Netherlands. Great rider's been on the tour a couple years. And man, look at how close the split section is. And it is it looks deceptively quiet out there, but I guarantee you it's not. You can see the nose of those boats popping up out of the water, and even on these long boats, that just gives you an indication of just how bumpy it really is. Look at Jeremy Perret. A traditionalist, refused to get off of his boat, and it's certainly working for him. Stian Schvetlein aboard that Pro Force boat, that boat designed and built with Chris Hagest, and of course Stian had a lot of input into the design of that boat as well. Another cool shot here of Jeremy Perret as he works the left-hand side of the track and that horseshoe section, and Stian charging to see if he could get around Raphael. Wow. So impressive to see all these boats out on the water on this beginning of this World Tour, and as you go down the lineup at these names, you can tell this is going to be a big battle with these racers. You've got all of the parades in it. The big question, of course, is will Michael's back hold up throughout the season? He's actually got a pinched nerve, and you know how tricky that really can be for these guys. Rafael Morin aboard a Kawasaki. He's a junior champion, a French champion, two-time European champion, and Rafael running up there in second place. You can see why. 28, number boat that you're seeing on the clock, that's Barnabas Zabo. Barnabas, his brother, also out today, Gabor Jabo, and Barnabas is aboard the Hydraspace. He and his brother's actually able to ride the Kawasaki, but this is Barnabas's debut for this tour as well. Super excited to be a part of this. He said, I'm a little bit nervous too, but it's worth it. He can't wait to go out there and rumble with his brother. Currently, his brother's ahead of him in 12th place. And Barnabas back in 18th. But moving up, as we look out on the track again, it's Perret working his way through lap traffic now, as we are, wow, not even halfway through this race yet. And Rafael starting to narrow the time. Stien, Schvettlein moving backwards as Quentin Bosch moving up, overtaking out of that split section. Rafael Morin still in second. Jeremy Perret in the lead, but you can see as you look down there how close those top three riders are. Mind you, Quentin Bosch has not had a ton of time on that new Kawasaki. His boat of preference was that Yamaha for over a decade. He's been aboard that, but man, he saw that Kawasaki and he was like, I want to run GP1 and I want to do it aboard that brand new boat. So he's currently the one putting the pressure on Ralph Morin. Meanwhile, we take a look back a little bit further. That's boat number 90 having to move his way all the way back up. He was in 28th place, then back up into 26th. That's Kevin Rederer, boat number 90. And he said when he switched over on that, it was going to go one of two ways for him. He felt like the Kawasaki was a good ride, but he figured best he could do on that was 5th or 6th place right now. So he took the risk, jumped on a brand new boat. He's had 0 time on that boat, by the way. Oh, tough break for Kyle Araiza as we take a quick shot down there. He's going to have to get a tow hook to get in there. Tough debut for a really awesome racer. So Kevin Rederer aboard that STC Whale, taking the risk with that, a boat he has had very little time on. Said it was going to go one or two ways. He goes, I'm going to get up in the top 3 or I'm going to go backwards. Lucas Bernard, tough break for him. He also is getting a tow hook on his boat. Gentleman that was a European champion. Meanwhile, Jeremy Perret on boat number 72, no problem for this guy. As he comes through off of that double orange and into the big horseshoe. Luke Hermsen also down, looking to see where he can sneak back into the race here, but a tough break, and you can tell Lucas Bernard very upset, banging the handle pole there as he gets the tow hook. That's a tough one. That guy is a really incredible athlete. Jeremy Perret, boat number 72, 2:08.47. His fastest time was 2:01.43. Meanwhile, Stien Schvettlein moving into second place. Fastest time, a 1:05.832. His current lap time was a 2:08.36. That was enough to get him around Rafael Morin, who had a 2:15, looks like a 2:15.98. So with a bobble on Morin, and that cost him that second place spot. Stien Schvettlein now up in second. Great long shot here as you take a look at Jeremy Perret. And Jeremy just cutting through this lap traffic. Wow, and in a really technical section, just shutting it down on a couple of lap riders. That's a challenge a lot of times with the lap riders. You don't always know your lap, right? So they're going to keep racing. That's what you want to do. And as an expert rider like Jeremy, he wants to make sure that he gets through the lap riders, but he doesn't want to make a problem on the course either, so he wants to do it cleanly, and a great job for him as he was doing that and very well demonstrated on that slalom section. Again, on the inside split, Jeremy Perret, your current leader. He won 5 of 8 races in 2014. Jeremy is a 2-time European champion, your defending champion from last year. And listen to the finishes on this guy. He had a 3-2 in Otranto last year, and then moved to the next Italian race and got a 1-1. Then goes to Shanghai, got a 2-4, and then Luzhou got another 1-1, and then a 5-6 in Sharjah. But it was that consistency overall that led him to a top spot in last year's deal. And the white flag is out for Jeremy Perret and Stian Schwettlein. And another look there at Kevin Redderer with a 20. He's at 25th right now. An unusual spot for him, but it was a risk he was willing to take, jumping aboard a brand new boat he's had 0 practice on. Yeah, Quentin Bosch and Stian Schwettlein both incredibly close on the time. Just looking down here. And Bosch moving into 3rd, and you've got Michael Perret now up in 4th. Raphael Morin, unfortunately, moving a little backwards. Dan Anderson moving up. He's up in 6th place. Morgan Perret on boat number 7 in 7th place. And a gentleman that's had multiple dislocations on that shoulder, Marcus Lutzekert, moving up into 7th place. Martin Manny jumping as well in 8th. Wow, great job. Morgan Perret in 6th now. Anderson in 5th. So you've got Perez in the top 10. All 3 of them, once again, in the top 10. Very exciting for these guys. God, loving this long shot here as we get an opportunity to look at the different riders, and you can see how incredibly rough the race conditions are out there. That's Stian Schwettlein. And what a year he's had with the start of the season. He actually had just gotten out of a really cool boot camp in Spain in January. He has got involved this year with the Olympiatoppen, part of the Norwegian Olympic and Paralympic Committee and the Confederation of Sports, and he's also training the Norwegian team. And as we come around for the final couple of buoys, it is going to be Schwettlein and Perret. And it looks like boat number 18 going down ever so briefly in this morass of racers. And take a look here as we come around at 72. And look how close Stian Schwettlein is to Jeremy Perret. Less than 3 boat lengths away. Jeremy Perret takes the checkered flag. Stian Schwettlein with 2nd place. Listen to the times. I'll give those to you in just a second. Fastest time of the day, 1:58.32. That's dropped by Stian Schwettlein, your Norwegian rider. Wow. And Jeremy Perret's fastest time, a 2:01.43.